I'm gonna make this one simple. The idler control valve back here, I'm suspecting it to be a little bit dirty. Step one is hoping that this is a 13mm, and I just chose right first try. First step is guessing if a 12mm is correct first try. Disconnect the negative terminal. With the battery disconnected, there's a hose on, not a hose, well, there is a hose as well, but there is an electrical connector right around here, underneath. Gotcha. And then there are two hoses that I believe are just vacuum lines. I don't think those are any coolant lines, but I do want to disconnect the bolts holding it on before I disconnect. Are these 12s? I think these are 12s. And my ratchet's not going to fit back here either. 12mm wrench. That will hopefully fit on here. Long bolt, oh my goodness. I'm going to keep the bracket connected to the hose there. I'm going to keep the bolts up here. And then hopefully reach the second one right here. Yep. Ah, wow, that's tight. How tight did I make this? Shouldn't be that tight. I don't even know if there's a gasket on this thing. I would think there is, since it's not like a control valve of all things, but I think it's like this little rubber gasket. I couldn't even find a part for it. There's the other long bolts. Are they the same length is my question? Yes, they are. This valve, I want to make sure it's just not connected to any, ooh, that looks kind of dirty. Is this connected to any coolant at all? I think it is. Can't tell though. I don't want to remove it if so, but also that hose is barely even on there. At the very least, this is easier than my car's idle air control valve because you can't remove it without removing coolant, but here I can at least get to it. But this hose down here, the hose clamp is barely on there and the hose is barely on there, so at the very least I'm going to fix that. Knowing how old this car is without knowing how old the engine is or the mileage on it, these rubber hoses, I think this is like the only weird one I've seen, but so many flies around. I think most of these hoses have been replaced at some point because some of these are nice, and this hose clamp, I was able just to move it with my hands even though it hurt a little bit, and then these hoses were able to just easily push up onto the valve. Stupid phone camera with their zooming feature, come on. Yep, and I just gotta fix those hose clamps. Sadly, I am choosing not to remove the hoses from there because I don't want to potentially let coolant out. I can't remember if that valve is connected to coolant or not because I did remove it at one point, but the coolant was also empty whenever it was removed. So I think that's why I think there's coolant in it now. And then this rubber gasket on it. That rubber gasket's staying destroyed unless I can find another one for it. I don't even know how well any of you can see this. If I keep the valve within this area, you should be able to see how I'm cleaning it. I'm just gonna spray some throttle body cleaner into it, and I'm told to be careful of this little mesh filter that you probably can't even see, but try to empty you out as well. I should probably also get the electric air duster to help blow it out. Alright, this will get loud, which I will lower it in editing. I have good experience with making sure these really aren't stuck closed by giving them some deep cleans here. I have no idea how clean that is. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not hydrolocking this motor because I don't want all the fluid just sitting in there. I think it's definitely a lot cleaner, which is better than nothing. Bolt number 1 is lined up, and then make sure this bracket is in place here, and line up bolt number 2. They're quite long. I wish I had a new gasket for this valve, but this little rubber gasket, but I couldn't find out where to buy it online, so I just obviously didn't, and this was just a quick cleaning. The only symptom the car has of a rough idle, other than a little bit of a rough idle, is that it was stalling out every now and then whenever going to hard stops. And I also want a vacuum check for the entire, there's so many bugs around, don't know why, but I want to hook up the smoke tester to this thing to find any vacuum leaks if possible. I'll do that in another video. This is just like a little side quest, hence the title of the video. I also need to grab the key to see if this changes anything. I'm gonna tighten that up real nice, both ends. And nothing crazy because I'm only tightening it with the 12mm wrench. And then make sure you plug it back in as well or else it won't even work. Negative terminal back onto the battery. And tighten this up. This battery terminal, I need to change these terminals out. These are very questionable to me. Tight. I found the key. Here's a sound test. Well, one thing is for certain. That's definitely fixed to the idle. Before, whenever you started it up, it would go up to 2K and then it would surge down to 1K in one motion, and then it would sit around like 1500. That time it just went straight to 1500 and sat there, as a normal idle should. So this at least fixed one problem today, which is definitely good. I don't know how it will do on a test drive since I'm not test driving it. And the giant sound you heard was the power steering pump since the rack and pinion is leaking. And I'll show you all how to rebuild that whenever we get it in the mail. Can confidently say I fixed the startup idle for the Del Sol. And it sounds just fine to me.